After a 3-month break, Tokhang is back, but it's not the same anti-drug intelligence operation that the Philippine National Police launched in 2016. This time, it's not only the police knocking on doors of suspected drug users and pushers. Under the revised guidelines of the police, a member of the religious sector or a prominent member of the community and a barangay official will join the so-called Tokhangers. Police are also limited to conducting Tokhang from 8 in the morning to 5 in the afternoon on weekdays, checking houses of suspects whose names are on the watch list, validated by the PNP Directorate for Intelligence. PNP Chief Ronald De La Rosa says the police will not be aggressive should suspects refuse to face them, but he warns there will be no consequences, or there will be consequences.
Pag hindi nagbukas, bye-bye. Next house, please. Yung name niya, ipasa doon sa Drug Enforcement Unit. Ito, matigas ito, ayaw tayong kausapin. Mag-speed up kayo dito.
De La Rosa promises the rule of law and human rights will be strictly observed under the new Tokhang, which is an intelligence gathering operation. De La Rosa hopes the stricter guidelines and public participation will make it less bloody. Some senators reacting to the revival of the PNP's drug war, Senator Win Gatchalian saying if Tokhang is done properly, drug dependents will be encouraged to stop their addiction. He, however, points out police calawags have been using the program to harass and extort money from their victims. Gatchalian says the PNP should address this first. Senator Ping Lacson, meanwhile, believes policemen should not have a weekend holiday in going after drug pushers. Former Senator Bongbong Marcos is still after the vice presidency. He claims new evidence that Vice President Robredo cheated in the 2016 elections. And we'll take a look at the winners in music's biggest night, the Grammy Awards. Those stories next year in Newsnight, where we go above and beyond the headlines. Welcome to Facebook Live here on CNN Philippines Newsnight. Senator Richard Gordon and Nicanor Faildon, former Customs Commissioner who is currently detained in the Senate, going at each other's throats in today's hearing of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee of the into the 6.4 billion peso shabu haul that slipped through customs in the middle of last year, 2017. Gordon not taking very kindly to Faildon's very fiery words. There was an exchange of very, very heated words there earlier at the Senate. Also, in the next segment of the show, we're going to be bringing you that story, a report about President Duterte visiting Albay, Mayon volcano acting up since in the last few days. President, of course, concerned about what is going on there. He did speak to the media during that visit to Albay. In the meantime, I'd like to say hello to some of our viewers. Robert Patiag in Singapore, Salim Adnim in Bangladesh, Seni Masian in Australia, Ray Escalante in Kuwait, Bernardino de Lagdon in Sorsogon, and Cesar Pimentel in Dumaguete. Thank you for being with us tonight. Tell us what you think of our stories. You can comment down below. Or if you're on Twitter, tweet us, tag us at CNN Philippines. This is Newsnight on CNN Philippines. CNN Philippines is monitoring the latest situation in Albay as Mayon volcano continues to erupt. President Rodrigo Duterte is in the province to get a closer look. Let's bring in our McCoy Popioco live from Legazpi City. McCoy, tell us about the president's visit.
Pia, 20 million pesos. That's what President Rodrigo Duterte turned over to local officials here in Albay. Mr. Duterte also promised another 50 million pesos tomorrow. The president wants to help the over 84,000 evacuees who have been evacuated from the 8-kilometer danger zone. Now, these residents complain of overcrowded evacuation centers, the lack of sanitary toilets, and also of ailments affecting children and the elderly. Now, Mr. Duterte directed all local officials to prioritize addressing problems on health, sanitation, and food. Let's listen to the president in his own words.
If there is a short of the services that we are expected to do, let me know kasi gagawin natin kaagad. Maybe we will always have some money for you. I'm sure. Huwag lang magsabay itong lahat ng volcano sa Pilipinas. Kung sabayan ito ng Mount Apo, yung sa akin, malaki yung problema yon. But the last time it was glowing, I was high school.
Mr. Duterte also directed the Health Department to assist in sourcing portable toilets in Manila. Before the president spoke, Albay Governor Alfrancis Bichara went straight to the point, asking the national government to speed up the release of funds for the victims. Bichara stresses the funds of the local governments are not enough. He says 200 pesos are allocated per family every day. With more than 21,000 families in evacuation centers, over 4 million pesos are needed every day to provide for them. Well, Bichara looked pleased when he heard of Mr. Duterte's prompt response to his request. Pia.
McCoy, volcanologists also giving an update on Mayon's activities in the briefing with the president. Can you give us more details?
Well, PHIVOLCS Director Renato Solidum tells the president that the agency is afraid of two scenarios. One, a violent eruption, and second, a massive lahar flow due to heavy rains. Now, PHIVOLCS says that there was no lava eruption recorded after the 9 p.m. Lava eruption last night. So he says, well, he clarifies that no volcanic activity doesn't mean a calm volcano. Now, PHIVOLCS also warned residents of lahar reaching their areas. Yesterday, PHIVOLCS discovered some lahar in a river channel in Barangay Bujao in the town of Daraga. And they say that these lahar deposits do not pose any threat to the residents, as most of them have been evacuated anyway. Pia.
McCoy Popioko there reporting live from Legazpi City in Albay. After a 3-month break, Oplan Tokhang is back. Let's now go above and beyond the headlines with Philippine National Police Chief Director General Ronald Bato de la Rosa. Sir, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Pia. Thank you.
Sir, can you tell us first what your reaction is to comments by Senator Sherwin Gatchalian is saying that if Tokhang is done properly, then drug dependents will be encouraged to stop their addiction. And he's saying the reason, one big reason kung bakit hindi why the previous program ran into problems is because there were police kalawags who were using Tokhang to extort money from their victims. Also, si Senator Ping Lacson saying dapat walang weekend holiday for Oplan Tokhang, he says, and there shouldn't be a time period to limit the implementation of this program.
Yes, totoo yun, Pia. No? Number one, yung sabi ni Senator Sherwin Gatchalian, totoo po yun. May mga report na natanggap na talagang ginamit ng mga eskalawag na pulis yung ating Tokhang, kaya nagkakaroon ng masamang meaning at nawala sa totoong spirit ng Tokhang at invision doon sa Davao City, yung ginawa natin Davao City, no? Na iba dahil sa kalukuhan ng ibang pulis. At yung kay Senator naman na dapat may oras, ginawan po natin na 8 to 5 lang ang Operation Tokhang at walang weekends. Walang operation sa weekend. So, tama po yun para mamonitor properly ng Chief of Police yung Tokhang activities nila ng kanyang police stations.
But ang sinasabi kasi po ni Senator Lacson, halimbawa, there is an opportunity to arrest or convince a drug pusher, for example, at night. Bakit hindi gagawin sa gabi?
Klaruhin natin, Pia, no?
yung ating campaign plan double barrel, sa ating campaign plan sa anti-drugs na double barrel, yung dalawang barrel yan, yung upper barrel is Plan HBT, yung mga high value targets. But, yan yung nagkakandak ng mga bypass operation. At ito sa baba, yung lower barrel, yan yung Plan Tokhang. Plan Tokhang naman is hindi ito yung bypass operation, interdiction operation, or negation police operations. Hindi po ito. This is purely a police community relations operations wherein we have to knock and plead doon sa mga bahay ng mga drug personalities. Pag-usapan sila na huminto na, kung gusto nilang magpapa-rehab, mag-volunteer sila magpa-rehab, then i-offer natin yung mga community-based drug rehabilitation program ng mga LGUs, no? Meron sa barangay, meron sa city, meron sa munisipyo, meron sa province. Then, yun lang. Hanggang pakiusapan lang po ito. Hindi ito anti-drug operation na merong police interdiction or police negation operations. Wala po.
So, sir, parang you feel that para lang mawala yung parang hindi mabahala yung mga tao, wag na lang gawin sa gabi because there is that correct me if I'm wrong, there is that impression na kung ginagawa sa gabi baka may mangyari. Ganun
may mangyaring kababalaghan, no? Yung sabi natin na hindi pwede sa gabi, yun yung Tokhang, yung knock and plead. Pero yung operations, kung may opportunity na yun nga, yung alam natin, ang drug transaction nangyayari sa pagkagat ng dilim. Pagkagat ng dilim hanggang madaling araw, yan, very active yung mga drug pusher, drug users dyan sa drug activities nila. At sa umaga, tulog yan. Tulog yan sa kanilang mga bahay. So, yung ating mga interdiction operation, most likely mangyayari yan sa gabi o sa madaling araw. Yung mga bypass operations, ganoon talaga nangyayari yan sa ganung oras. So, hindi natin pinipigilan yan. Let us separate yung mga anti-drug operations from the Plan Tokhang operations.
Okay. Sir, di ba naglabas po yung PNP ng mga guidelines for this improved Plan Tokhang? Ano po yung naging verbal orders niyo po sa mga tao ninyo when it comes to Tokhang?
Yun lang. Ang sa akin is I am encouraging them na sana lalabas yung true spirit ng Tokhang. Yung totoong meaning ng Tokhang, hindi yung adulterated na Tokhang na nangyari noon na sinakyan ng mga masasamang pulis. So yan ang gusto ko para naman ma-redeem natin yung spirit ng Tokhang.
Chief PNP General De La Rosa, sir, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Pia.